We will call the meeting of the Board of Selectmen for November 24th, 2015 to order. And as we do each meeting, first of all, to remind everybody that the meeting is being recorded on Medfield TV. And as we do each meeting also, this board, we take a moment of silence and appreciation for our brave servicemen and women that are serving around the world, especially in trouble spots in the Middle East. Okay, thank you. We're very excited. This is a very special meeting for us and the Board of Selectmen because we have with us the Medfield High School state champion boys lacrosse team and their coaches that are here. And I just want to say that this board started last year, actually with you guys as well, because you're repeat champions, a tradition started by this board to honor all state champions that come out of Medfield High School. We feel this is a big deal. It's a very big deal to be state champions. And you guys are the best in the state. And as I said, in your case, you're returning state champions. And there's some 20, outside the gym of the high school, some 20 state championships that Medfield High School has had over the years. You guys have a lot of them. And this is more than just a celebration for Medfield High School. It's more than just Superintendent Marsden, Principal Parga, your AD, Mr. Scott, your coaches, your teachers, the student body, all are extremely very proud of you guys. But this also has town-wide impact far beyond the borders of Medfield High School. Your actions and your accomplishments reflect on Medfield as a community, which is why we want to honor you here as the Board of Selectmen. The newspaper stories, the TV, the nationally ranked teams that you guys play, all that goes out, and that impacts an image for the town of Medfield. It's what I call making Medfield, Medfield. I think in the long run, it's a contributing factor, maybe a stretch, but I really feel strong on this, that does things like increases our property values. It presents Medfield as a desirable school system, a desirable community. It adds positive things to say about the town of Medfield. And maybe even in the long run, it increases property values, which maybe all the realtors in town really need to take you guys, buy you dinner or something at Zebra's, because you guys increase their commission every time they sell a house. But seriously, representing the town of Medfield, we, the Board of Selectmen, want to say how very proud we are of each and every one of you and the state championship that you brought to your hometown. We'd like to present you with certificates in grateful appreciation for all your hard work, especially your practices, all the game victories that you made, and in your division, you guys are the very best in the entire Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So we're going to ask your coaches are going to read your names off, present you with a certificate, and give us a chance to shake your hands and congratulate you. John?
Thanks.
Maybe, can I just start, maybe, John, before you do? No, actually, let me hold on that, because I'm going to ask the captains as well to maybe, after we get the certificates, to tell us maybe some of the highlights and some of the reasons you feel these guys were able to get the state championship. So why don't we start with the certificates?
Okay, great. So I'm going to call your guys' names up alphabetically. Come on up and shake our hands, and then shake the selectman's hand. Okay, let's start with Charlie Andes. Cooper Brown. Jack Cahill. Tim Collins. Pat Connors couldn't be here tonight. Connor Carodi. Matt Dold. David Fitzgerald. Jack Fitzgerald. Andrew Garfield. Kyle Gately. Sam Hurley. Matt Johnson. Peter Johnson couldn't be here tonight. Kyle Keegan. Golden Lundberg. John McLean. Brendan McManus. Kevin McCordick. Colin McQuillan. Will Murphy. Sam Nauman. Mark Nevins. John Quinn couldn't be here tonight. Nigel Reef. Wes Richard couldn't be here tonight. Greg Robinson couldn't be here tonight. Teddy Sear. Matt Triever. Jack Henry Vara. Joe Vigoda. Kevin Walsh. Tim Warren couldn't be here tonight. Davis White. Owen White. Owen's not here? No? And Dan Zavor could not make it tonight.
Coach, can I maybe ask if you can just give some of the highlights and some of the reasons you think that these guys were able to be the champions, and then I'd like to ask the captains if they could come up and maybe a similar thing.
Sure. This program, year in, year out, turns out really important leaders in the program. The senior class last year, not only the captains, but the rest of the seniors, they took over a program that had lost 20 seniors the year before, and they did an incredible job of kind of showing the way for the younger guys. And year in, year out, we always have strong leaders in our program that are committed to getting better, playing not only, they play multiple sports, but also pick up a stick in the off season and get better athletically and get better as lacrosse players. But I think the number one highlight to me as a coach, coaching you guys and being a part of this program, is the togetherness and chemistry we play with. We try to make our practices and games and schedule who we play and make it as fun as possible and special, so that these guys get a chance to test themselves against teams from other states. It's the best competition in Massachusetts. So we're always challenging these guys to play the toughest competition, so they know they got to work hard to be ready for the season. We'll have the toughest schedule we've ever had. We had the toughest schedule we ever had last season, and I think this coming season is going to be even tougher. Mm-hmm. So the challenge is before our guys. Our guys rise to the challenge all the time. We always talk about, no one ever accomplishes anything great alone, right? And they've always got support around them, and family and teammates and a community around them to help them accomplish something great. Nothing ever great is accomplished without hard work, and nothing great is ever accomplished without adversity. We face adversity, injuries, or key loss during a game here or there. But these guys always seem to overcome that, and it's great learning life lessons. My highlight of the season, even though there's so many of them, I could be here for hours talking about these guys and what they accomplished, and the fun that we had, and just how proud I am as a coach to be a part of this program and get to come be with these guys for 2 hours every day. But the highlight for me is the bus ride home from Harvard Stadium last year. Seeing the town of Medfield and what it means, how they turned out on the side of the roads. Chief Meany met the bus on the Medfield-Westwood line, and all the fire trucks and police cars that led us through a parade through town, people coming out of their houses or pulling cars over to wave and cheer, people coming out of establishments here in downtown, and then meeting us at the high school, a big crowd. What was great to see these guys through their eyes see what the town they grew up in and has supported them, what the town thinks of their accomplishment, and just something to take with them as they go on to college and make new friends and new experiences. I always talk about never forget where you came from, never forget your teammates and the friends you made here, because those are the people that know you the best, know you when you were here, this high, and those are the people you're going to be able to count on the rest of your life. So that was my highlight.
Excellent.
Can we ask the captains if they could come up?
So the captains are Nigel Reed, Sam Hurley, and Will Murphy.
That was very elegant, Coach. Thank you. Maybe, guys, just a little bit of the highlights, and how do you think you guys were able to be state champions?
How's it going? I'm Will Murphy. I graduated last spring, obviously. Sam and I did.
Where are you now?
I'm at Skidmore College right now.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, Sam's at Bentley. But yeah, I mean, it's weird seeing you guys. I missed you guys a lot. Yeah, some of the highlights this year were, for me personally, was along with that unbelievable bus ride home. We had a big home win over Duxbury, who we've never beat, I don't think, ever. That was phenomenal, and that was actually on senior day too, which is yeah, like I said, unbelievable. And then the playoff run, and ultimately, like Coach was just talking about that bus ride home, something I know personally I'll never forget. And then overall, just like this year was just unlike any of my other 4 years in Medfield. Like a lot of that was because of the coaching staff, Coach Dyson and Coach Morris. I mean, I don't know about you, Sam, but like the daily like practice plans we get, like we don't get those at the college level, and I'm sure you didn't really you take it for granted how much effort the coaching staff really puts into this program, and obviously it's shown through these past 2 years. But yeah, I mean, last year was a year unlike any others, and I personally am I'm gonna miss it a lot. So
Thank you.
Yeah, I think Will did a really good job summing up there. It was an awesome year. Like he said, like the work that the coaches put in and like we all put in, it's so like we're not just successful because like we're good and like we show up and we win. Like we put in so much work. The coaches put in so much work, and it pays off. And it was just an awesome year, and it was all attributed to the hard work we put in the off season and during the season. It's a great result, and that's what happens when you work hard, I guess.
Thank you.
And like Coach was saying, with the togetherness, just not even throughout our team and throughout the coaches, but the parents all working together to helping us do things to do, team dinners, whatnot, all that coming towards us all getting close with one another, to even the community, like Coach said, on the bus ride home. Everyone out cheering for us, and even at games, just each day, it seemed like there were just always fans there rooting us on. And it like when you asked us to point out one part of the season, like that was really a highlight. It's a hard thing to do, just to pick out one, really, or a few moments. But like Will said, the win over Duxbury, first in program history, that was huge. Putting it to DS twice, which doesn't always happen. Usually it's pretty close, but
It's always nice to do it, though.
oh yeah, especially against DS, definitely. And even to some of the out-of-state talent, the really high caliber teams that we draw in. And it kind of goes back to what I had said earlier, is that Medlock's has kind of turned into a brand, especially with our Carolina Blue helmets. They stand out at tournaments, showcases, that to the point I'll walk onto the field and a ref will come to me and say, oh, like Medfield kid, and they'll see all the blue helmets. And it really kind of is a testament to how hard we work, like Sam said, how much work the coaches put in, and also just the personality that we bring to each game with sportsmanship, and everything. And it just, I guess it shows with the level of out-of-state teams that we played, and the fact that we had close games. We even knocked off Bedford, who had, unfortunately, their win streak had been ended a few games before us, but still putting it to them was huge. And then having extremely close games with Ridgefield and Foothill was huge for the program, and I think it really kind of shows the level of talent that we bring, the hard work and whatnot every day to practice. So it's unfortunate this is going to be my last year coming up. I wish it could go on longer, but I'm excited, and I know all the other boys are too, and we're ready to go.
Excellent job. Nice job, Ben. Just one final thing. Town of Medfield, ever since its founding, every year puts out what's called an annual report. And in that, it says what went on in Medfield that year. Last year, we took a photo of the team, which is in the town report. It's like a piece of history that will always be here. So I'd like to repeat that, so we can get maybe a group picture of you guys up here. We'll try to get that in the town report. And your grandkids can go back, look at the town report, and see the success you guys had as champions. So maybe we can orderly some way come up here.
I'll get guys behind and guys in front.
I'm not gonna be tall enough though. Come on.
Maybe if have you guys.
You guys squeeze me.
It's out of the playbook for now.
Kind of turn sideways, kneeling.
Kneel right there. Start kneeling apart. Kneel in the pocket. Johnny back.
Okay, let's go right there.
That'll work. You guys, you can turn sideways.
Don't forget Black Keeks wants us to turn sideways. Whatever Keeks wants to do. Sideways. It's up to you.
You guys Scooch in a little, I know, be friends, there's a guy that's not in, get in.
Come on, let him in first.
Your side,
Because we are all waiting on you.
And then the next picture.
Yeah.
Aww, and we can get everybody, look. Smiling, your favorite, right?
Guys, thanks again.
Thank you very much. Hopefully we'll be back. Hopefully we'll be back.
Thanks for coming, guys.
That's some good ones. Thanks a lot. Oh, great. Thank you guys so much. Really so much. Pleasure.
That's why that was official. That was your camera. That was your camera?
That's right. I had to make sure that one got was first.
I wondered why that one was official.
Okay, we'll continue. Under new business, we have to vote to sign a contract with Wastewater Services of Bridgewater, Mass. This contract pertains to the pumping disposal of sewage sludge from the wastewater treatment plant, and it's transported to Cranston, Rhode Island. Mike, this is on the wastewater services of Bridgewater, Mass. We have an agreement with them.
Oh, yes.
Sludge.
Yes, the sludge removal we're changing, yes. I was talking to Bob McDonald today. He told me that the Franklin Medway plant is looking into the possibility of purchasing a sludge digester for their plant.
Okay.
But they need more sludge.
Yeah.
So he was they were having a phone conversation today to see the feasibility of it. He told me they were spending about $200,000 a year to dispose of our sludge. So
this might be a possibility
yeah,
eventually once they get these built.
it's very preliminary at this
Yeah.
point, whether it makes sense or not. But
Yeah.
at least it's that regional cooperation that we've been looking at that I think
That's
that.
great. Terrific if that comes through, yeah.
So we have a...
Oh, sorry, motion to sign vote to sign the contract as noted.
Second?
Any discussion? Hearing to be none, we'll vote on the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We also have to discuss appointing members to the Community Preservation Act Study Committee. And my understanding is, Evan, correct me if I'm wrong, we have Dan Bible, we have Russ Hallisey, we have Cheryl O'Malley, and we have, who am I missing?
Chris Potts
Chris Potts, thank you.
and Teresa Knapp.
And Teresa Knapp. So those 5 so far. And I
Sounds
think...
like more than 5
I
to me,
think,
but
well, I think we're looking for hopefully someone with some recreation and housing background as well.
Dan had sent me an email within the past several days, and he was asking if this was going to be on the agenda. It wasn't on the agenda that was circulated on Friday, so I told him it wasn't on the agenda because he was asking whether he should be here or not.
I actually followed up and told him it was on the
Oh,
agenda,
good, good.
I
So
bet
he-
we would appoint.
Okay. And he was asking for some names. I gave him a couple names that he could maybe approach about being on the committee too, so.
Just a good start, anyways, with these first 5 members, I'm
Right.
sure other people will be interested, so that's fabulous.
So do you want a motion for those 5 to officially be appointed?
So moved.
Is it 5? I thought it was more than 5 people. Just 5?
5.
Okay, second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Yep.
Aye.
And can I ask, for the sake of getting organized, that Dan Bible be acting chair until their first meeting, they can organize, so we can call the meeting together?
And shall we give them a charge as to what we're expecting of them?
We need to do that. I don't know if we can do that right now, but
Okay,
maybe
we'll
for the
do that
next meeting.
sometime.
That's a good point. We really need to do that.
We can have a
And
discussion
like
on
the
that.
Economic Development Committee is chargeless at the moment, too.
Well, I think we had, you're right, I think I had some ideas, you had some ideas, Mike had some
Mike had written
ideas.
up a thing, but we never
Mike's
decided
ideas.
between the different drafts, and so we never really gave him a distinct charge.
Do we still have those three different,
I have them.
you do?
Yeah.
Can we distribute it back to us, and then maybe at our next meeting, we can take a look at that also?
Sure.
Maybe if you get it to Evelyn, she can email us. Okay.
It's one of the reasons my file is so fat here. I have things like that that haven't been resolved.
Yeah.
And I think for information, the only other point of business we have is the Medfield has certified, we now have a certified tax rate, which is set at $16.75. Is that correct, Mike?
Yes, yeah, and it's a remarkable job that for the first year that Yvonne was able to get the tax rate set so quickly, and particularly in a year when there was a full reval. It's every 3 years you have to do a full reval. So she came in the door facing a full reval and learning how to set the tax rate for a new community, so,
Because it's
Done a great job.
November. It's in November still.
yeah, yeah.
So this will be on the February, the tax bill's due February 1st. This will be the, yeah.
Right, they send the bills out, and some people wonder why we send the bills out right before Christmas. But there's a method to the madness. Some people like to pay their taxes before December 31st. So if we mail them out mid-December, it gives them the opportunity, if they so choose, to pay their taxes and get credit. So it's sort of a tax planning exercise that we try to help people with.
Great.
Excellent.
Anything else to come before the board? Bill, anything? No. Peter, Mark?
I don't.
I guess it's just the board, we wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Please be safe driving. Good luck to the football team as they play against Dover Sherburne. It's here at Calvin Fisher Memorial Field. Interesting, next year will be the 50th anniversary of the Dover Sherburne Medfield rivalry
Okay.
for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So that's gone on for a long time.
Where's it being played, here or there?
It's here this
Here.
year, next year would be in
It'll be
Dover.
over there.
50th, okay.
They'll have some things centered around that. Okay, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. A motion to adjourn. Move.